Everything good? Auto? Nothing? Yeah? All right, let's do it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just another day at the DURTYMAX household, surrounded by a whole bunch of diesels. Got a little bit more space though, because Ron Burgunduli is currently not here. He's over at the shop. Starting this video off with the utmost gratitude and appreciation for all of you that chose to make a purchase for the Ron Burgunduli sweepstakes. Getting a phone call, 1 minute. All right, sorry about that, guys. We're actually just locking down some details for a special surprise that you guys are probably gonna see for the first time, maybe just before Galot Motorsports Park or at Galot Motorsports Park. By the way, that is Memorial Day weekend. If you guys wanna come down, I'll have the Mini-Max of 2015 and some special edition merchandise through enthusiasts for those of you that I'll get to meet in person down there. Mark your calendars, Benson, North Carolina, Memorial Day weekend. What I was saying though is I just want to thank you guys so much for the support with the giveaways. It's so awesome to see all of your excitement over the fact that we are taking trucks from this channel and giving you the ability for a chance to enter to take one home. Super grateful for the support, and I'm just gonna say right now that we've got some really exciting stuff coming. Now, related to the giveaway, all the entries have been submitted to the sweepstakes agency, and they plan to have a winner contacted by the first week in May. So make sure you keep your eyes out for a phone number calling from New York and your emails, that junk folder, that spam folder as well. Keep your eyes peeled, as they will probably be making that phone call or sending that email in the first week of May. But yes, guys, we have another really big announcement that's coming for the next giveaway truck, but I just can't go into those details quite yet. So today we are spending time with the LML, as there's some more stuff that we have to do to make it tow ready. If you guys can recall, I'm sorry if this is redundant for you guys that saw, but we got new towing airbags on the truck, which have been working very well, at least for just driving around. We've got the new B&W hitch, which I actually already had to paint. While we were installing it, some of the powder coat had actually flaked off, and well, the truck sat out in a very small rainstorm and it already started to surface oxidize. So I rubbed all that crap off, I taped off this entire area, and I sprayed it. So it's looking pretty good, but to what I was worried about, it is very susceptible to oxidation. That's what I don't like. Now, I also remembered that I totally forgot to spray paint the inside of these holes for the towing security change, so we have to do that today. Plus, we have, I love 14 wides for that reason, another modification that we have to throw on this truck before we actually link up and tow a heavy load, because otherwise it would be extremely unsafe. So with that said, let's get over to the shop. So the key takeaway here is if you're shopping for spacers, there's really kind of 3 tiers. And these are also gonna go respectively from the cheapest to most expensive. Tier 1 is not pictured because I don't believe in it. And that's like eBay or Amazon spacers. Those are probably made overseas in a very low standard of production environment. You get what you pay for. Then the next tier up would be these ones right here, which are made by a reputable manufacturer, and they're stocked all across like the, I'm gonna say, well-known dealers, because they know that they're good. And then lastly is kind of the top tier, the premium tier, and of course the most expensive, which are these wheel adapter steel wheel spacers. Now, another thing that you're not gonna get with eBay or Amazon spacers is that hub-centric ring. Now, these are lug-centric as well, meaning that they have a curved lug and a beveled interior here, kind of like you can see right there. It'll actually center the lug onto the spacer itself, so everything's nice and in alignment. You might actually not find that on the cheapest tier spacers as well. So price-wise, what are we thinking? eBay, Amazon, we'll use this Bose sound speaker cap because it's probably just as good as one of those. 80 bucks, 70, 80 bucks. Don't do that. It's just dumb. It's unsafe. Don't do that. These ones, 180 bucks. These ones, $400. Don't cheap out by $100 and go with anything other than Bora for your spacer needs. Not a paid advertisement, because safety is the priority no matter what. And don't cheap out on that, especially if you're out there buying like expensive wheels. What's another $180 for your and all of your passengers' safety? It's a no-brainer. And there should be no question when it comes to cost over safety. But if you're towing my hot shotters out in the audience, my farmers, my recreational weekend warriors, those right there. Again, not a sponsored ad. I'm just trying to do this to educate you guys, because I want everybody to be safe at the end of the day. And tow while looking good and knowing that you're functioning to the desired specifications, and you can accompany the additional weight that you're gonna be putting your truck through. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out the driver's side real quick. I'll see you guys right after. And down we go. Now I know you guys are curious. Are these for sale? No. You wanna know why? Well, because I just got off the phone about my 2020 Denali, and yeah, these might be needed. But that's for a later video, and let me just tell you guys that we are gonna be bringing a 2020 Denali onto this channel. I'm in touch with a local dealership. I'm on a text-to-text basis. I'm getting updates from the sales guy every day. Mike Davenport, Chevy dude, if you guys haven't checked him out already, I'm gonna put his information down in the description below. Great friend of mine. He's actually gonna be at Galat Motorsports Park as well, but anyway, he hooked it up with a really cool dude up here who's helping me along the process, and yeah, we're getting actually really close, maybe really close, like way sooner than I would have imagined, to bringing that new truck onto this channel. So if you guys are looking forward to 2020 Denali content, tap that subscribe button. What are you guys doing? These things are really good. Try it again. We got our protection on those chain loopholes as well. Can't have any exposed metal. Gotta use your protection, kids. And guys, we got the plates up. The wall is coming along nicely. PA, Arkansas, Missouri, Utah, South Dakota, Minnesota, Louisiana, Oregon, New York, Vermont, Michigan, Hawaii, Ohio, Iowa, Washington, Maine. We're missing a few. If I didn't call yours, taking donations. So now that we have all of the towing check boxes quite literally checked off, we are gonna go pick up the trailer and shake it down for the first time. I wanna see how this thing feels not only on back roads, but also on the highway. I have the perfect loop to do just that. I'm trying to get better at the little things, so I just stopped and paid for my wife's manicure, pedicure, I don't know, the nails. I paid for the nails. Guys in the audience, I know it's all about the little things. I'm trying to get better at it, trying to get better. I figured that this would be good. She's not seeing this video until after the fact, so hopefully she's surprised. All right, enough with the funny business. Let's go get ourselves the trailer. Is it recording? Oh yeah. And yes, guys, I know I need to get a bed-mounted hookup for the electrical. That'll just have to come with time. Now, I did read all your comments, and I just want to let you all know that we are at about 6 3/4 inches in terms of distance between the tailgate and the neck of the gooseneck. Now, they say best practice is about 6 inches, and I am kind of limited with my adjustability. As you can see, there are specific notches for, well, exactly that, the configuration to your truck, but that should be plenty. Now, when it's loaded down, I'll check it again to see if it changes, but I am good there. Just wanted to take a minute to say thank you guys very much for your concern. I appreciate y'all looking out for me, and as you know, that is very important to me because I'm totally not perfect all the time, and I'm definitely learning as I go. Crank it down to tow tune here. So we have not spent any time together with a load on the trailer. The plan for today is go pick up another one of my trucks and see how this thing does. The intent behind all of this is just to feel out the truck. I have towed with this thing many a times with the standard bumper pull, but the gooseneck is a little bit different, and I know what to expect as I did a lot of research beforehand, and I've seen a ton of people's opinions, but I wanted to give you all my first take during my first time towing. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna throw the biggest truck that I own up on the trailer, AKA the DURTYMAX. We're gonna go out for a little drive, that way I can give you guys my candid first impressions. So let's go get this thing loaded up. Give me head tail, see the jaw, draw face, smile like a bass head, leave a scale, balance both sides, and she do it well, so well, so well, yeah. Raymond, ducking from the sun, doing okay then, all these feelings bottled inside like a house dog, bounty on the outlaw, she'll get out the house, man, playing off the foul ball, you can stick around, girl, bring fire. All right, guys, we're out, we're cruising around, we're fueled up, and, well, I'm quite literally filling up my personal tank, too. Monster this afternoon, not coffee. Coffee in the afternoon is no good. Anyway, I have been driving around for a little while now. I did have to go from the shop, obviously loaded up the dually. That went extremely well. First time ever loading the trailer as a one-man team, and you know, it really wasn't all that difficult at all. Tie downs and straps are working flawlessly. You can see, guys, that I do have the ramps in their tilted position as the dually is, well, Brown Bergen dually is one long, you know, big personality, if you will. So I can't put the trailer ramps all the way down, but it works perfectly. The trailer's still behind us, which is great news, and the bags are currently inflated to about 70 PSI. That's the most that I've ever had to put in them, well, because this is the first time that I've ever put any sort of a load on the trailer, and so far so good. So we're actually driving over a relatively bumpy road right now, and the craziest part about this is the truck actually rides better with a load than it does without a load because the air suspension is truly being utilized. I actually didn't expect that at all. You guys can see we're on a pretty rutted out road. I do have 14 wide, so sometimes the wheels like to grab some of the divots in the road from the weight of the trucks and the cars, but right now, I mean, we're kind of just cruising. The fact that I'm towing a 25-foot gooseneck right now with like a 9,000-pound truck on it with my 8,000-pound truck, this is a pretty stress-free situation in my personal opinion. Well, here we got some bumps. How are we gonna do? I'm truly blown away by how smooth it is. No white monsters, so we had to go with orange today. Not bad though. So what we're gonna do right now is cruise through and jump out on the highway to really see how this thing does its speed. Back roads are a no-brainer. You know, when you're new to towing, like I am, I'm not gonna say I'm a seasoned professional, and I'm not gonna say that I'm totally new to it actually, because growing up, my parents had a Keystone Raptor that we used to tow with a fifth wheel behind my dad's 5.9 Mega Cab Cummins, and I actually used to drive that. I used to get really good experience. So it's not like this is my first time with a load behind me, but you know, I'm a little rusty. Towing a gooseneck, yes, at times can be somewhat intimidating, but really it's not much different than that of like your standard bumper pull. Other than the fact that you just look out your rearview window and you kind of see a gooseneck. Let's go jump out on the highway. Even going over like the bumpiness of an overpass, it's surprisingly smooth. I am really shocked. Blown away. All right, so we're merging onto the highway. Truck is hyper blinking because I still don't have relays. So yeah, we're smooth sailing, boys and girls. We're doing 68. See, steering wheel is tight, not fishing it all over the place like I would in a small boat. The exhaust brake on highway speeds is a little bit better. It kind of slows you down. Truck is sitting pretty much level right now with 70 pounds in the airbags, which is great. And that definitely helps in the overall steering behavior and feedback as well. When you're sitting super raked back, your steering almost feels light. Kind of have to fish it around like you're driving a boat, whereas right now it's not a problem at all whatsoever. Realistically, about $1,500 into the truck between the hitch, the new spacers, and of course the airbag. We're set up and ready to rock and roll. As I had mentioned to you earlier, the confidence thing, having these steel spacers, I feel like I can pull anything now, whereas before, just driving on a straight road with no conditions, impervious conditions, I'd be nervous because I just felt like that aluminum was gonna give, and it was gonna give the worst time. I did it once or twice, you know, I towed the Mini Max around once or twice. I had the Vet, of course, once or twice. But in retrospect, you know, when you're getting into like full-size trucks and goosenecks trailers and all that, yeah, I'm not comfortable with it. But now I feel great, and I have utter peace of mind and confidence in those steel spacers here behind me. There's a lot of guys actually out on the forums that are like farmers, for instance. You know, those agricultural guys, they'll throw a 40-foot neck tandem wheel gooseneck behind them, and they'll throw a massive like New Holland or Kubota John Deere tractor on it, and they'll let it rip. And man, you know, if they have confidence in the steel spacers and they've been using them and they're tried and true, that's enough for me considering my kind of medium use case. So overall, you know, I'm just stoked. This is very good, and I'm very pleased the fact that, man, this truck is gonna kick ass this season. It's gonna be great. I'll tell you what though, it is one hell of a wide load. Well, guys, that's about where we're gonna wrap this video up. I'm stoked. I hope you guys are stoked. I'm really stoked. I'm like extra stoked actually. I'm stoked the fact that, you know what I'm actually really stoked about? Stoked is like, by definition's term, like exuberant, like, I don't know, excitement. But yes, I'm actually really stoked about the fact that I get to take in this really epic view. I'm out here, I figured that this would be a good location for us to stop and just kind of take in a gander at the new tow rig. Hopefully that whistle's not coming through too loud, but man, it's just come together so absolutely beautifully, and it performs just as good as it looks, and that's very important. I hope that this upload helped a little bit with helping you all understand the options out in the market when it comes to wheel spacers. I did a video on wheel spacers forever ago, but it's like kind of right when my channel started. Man, I'll tell you what, like, I'd say my production quality is like a 6 or 7 right now. You know, like, you can always do better. That's why I'm not saying it's the best, but I was like maybe a 2 then, so that doesn't really count. I'm really excited about the overall season for this truck, and honestly just putting it to use. Plus, today was a really big day in terms of the 2020. The fact that there are some Silverados right now. Chevy Dude told me, Mike Davenport, that scheduled to arrive on the lot in the beginning of June, like June 3rd, which is way sooner than I had imagined. So we actually might be bringing a brand new 2020 10-speed L5P Denali DURTYMAX to the channel like way sooner than I had thought, which is an absolute awesome token of great news. So with that said, my like league, I love you guys. Do what you do best. Stay tuned for the winner announcement for the Dream Diesel giveaway number 2, aka Ryan Burgundy. And I promise you guys, I'll see you in the next upload.